We are back at it again. That is right. This is John Morris. I'm here at the Level Up Social Club networking events, and we are live from the Godfrey Rooftop. That's right, the Godfrey Hotel in downtown Chicago. As the night goes, you are going to see amazing skylines happening. We're starting here a little bit early as the sun is going down. The temperature is absolutely beautiful, and we are ready to rock and roll. We're expecting about 250 people tonight, which is going to be one of our largest attendances so far, and we couldn't be more thrilled. Thank you so much for all the likes, the subscribes. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and join us as we continue to do this every single month, and we ain't stopping, baby. It's time to level up. My guy Zach's on the camera. We got Rob Miller walking around with the camera. We're gonna have the drone out tonight. It's a big night. That's how Level Up does it. We show up and we take over, baby. But I'm here with an amazing guest tonight, and we are going to get to know all about him because he does something absolutely fantastic. Tell me who I'm with tonight.
My name is Jordan. Everybody who knows me, yeah, you can go with Jordan. That's pretty much it.
Jordan, what's your last name?
Dominguez.
Jordan Dominguez. All right, so tell me a little bit about, first off, what brought you out to Level Up tonight?
I got invited through some friends. Actually, friends of friends were like, hey, you have to connect with this organization. They're doing something that's pretty cool, something that's right along your, what you already do. And my first question was, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Very natural.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you're in.
And I came out, and honestly, it's way better than I expected, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool night. What's really cool about the way that this is put together is it's real loose, no name tags, right?
Yeah.
It's all about asking and giving,
Exactly.
not going up and pitching somebody, but figuring out what people do. I was told by a little birdie that you do something absolutely amazing, something completely unique, and our audience needs to learn about this, especially those folks that are in the greater Chicagoland area that run events, run big corporate events, that have parties. Right? We need Jordan at the party, so tell us what you do, brother.
Well, I started this interesting business during the pandemic, shortly after the shutdown, where I essentially took omakase to the comfort of your own home. And obviously during the pandemic, it was something that was probably the craziest idea to do, but nonetheless, I had to pay the bills, right? So we started doing this, and it eventually snowballed. It eventually brought us out to Aspen, so we just did Food and Wine Aspen last year. We have a new solid team now that's taking over catering as well as other aspects of this, while we still hold down the fort in Chicago, between Chicago and Aspen. So a lot of stuff in the works right now. I guess the main focus right now is now that I'm back in Chicago for the summer, because last year I missed just due to Aspen stuff. We're going to have fun. So we're doing sushi on boats. That's the other part of the business.
Sushi on boats. We're on a boat, baby. Let's go.
So you'll see us at the playpen.
Oh, man, the fish are going to scatter, man, when they see you coming.
Well, just, we just ask that when you see us out at the playpen, wave high, tell us your favorite sushi piece. We don't care.
Wave high and open wide, baby. There's some sushi coming at you. Okay, so you know how many companies started in the pandemic where people lost a job, were put out of work, were furloughed, and they were like, you know what? What do I have to lose? Did you have that similar feeling where you're like, hey, I got nothing to lose?
That was 100% it. I remember vividly staying at home, literally staring at the ceiling, because I was like, well, can't go to work, can't really do much, and sushi restaurants were the last line of defense to go back to work, so to speak, right? So as I asked myself, what do? I have friends who were like, hey, we kind of miss your sushi. Can you make this happen? And honestly, had it not been for the friends that asked, can I make this happen, this would have never happened. So that was one of those things where we started doing it, and eventually it snowballed, people, word of mouth. And to this day, we've never actually paid for advertisement. So shout out to everyone who's been supporting the actual concept since day one.
I get by with a little help from my friends. All right, so Jordan, what is the specialty? What lights you up and you're like, dude, you got to try this. This is going to knock your socks off. What's your go-to? Or somebody said, hey, make me something good, and you're like, all right, this isn't good, this is great.
Okay, so this is a very valid question. The thing about our dinners is they're kind of catered individually to the event. So this, generally speaking, I have one or two pieces where I'll call them the people who are interested in the idea of sushi, but not necessarily loving sushi. One of them is a bluefin tuna belly piece that I do. Honestly, I dry age it for about 6 days.
You dry age it?
Yeah, that was kind of the thing that put me on the map. Started dry aging fish before it was a thing, before people thought it was cool. And now I kind of know what I'm doing. So That being said,
Tell him, Jordan. Tell him.
we get farm-raised tuna from Spain mainly. However, recently, since the Tokyo supply has gone back into route, we're back on the Tokyo train. So our tuna's coming from Tokyo right now. That being said, there's a lot of interesting pieces. The tuna belly never disappoints. I've got a few personal pieces that I will personally serve to someone based upon what they tell me, because everyone has their own preferences.
Sure.
Right? Like, it's very
so you're
hard to say.
customizing it to palates.
Correct. And, because there's certain people who they might not like the tuna belly because it's too much fat. And I have a piece in the repertoire for them. And it's something that you won't necessarily expect, but by the time you're done eating, you're like, oh, I get it now. I see why he's such a sushi
There
snob,
you go,
know?
baby. Let's go. How did you get into this? Like, did you go, are you a trained chef?
Yeah, so into sushi or into cooking in general?
Period. Like, how did you get into just the culinary arts, if you will?
So I got into culinary arts strictly because it was something to do that actually paid cash. Number one, paid cash.
And he's not a good dancer, so I've seen his legs. They're not great. He's way better at sushi.
Number one thing was they paid cash. Two, it was essentially to fund my art endeavors, because I was a former graffiti artist, still kind of dabble here and there. Just, this sushi life has definitely taken over the graffiti world for sure.
Less likelihood of spending a night in jail.
Definitely. That's also a plus, also
right?
an added plus.
I mean, it's beautiful art, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to get arrested for making sushi.
Exactly. And so because of that, like, it just, I don't know, it snowballed into something beautiful. I was able to kind of see some type of connection between art and sushi.
Yeah.
Which, for me, it goes deeper than what you see on the surface. For me, it's about all the rules that went into play. When we think about art, the last thing we think about are the rules that make art art.
Yeah.
And
you don't
for
want to
me-
live in a box in art.
Exactly. And for me, sushi was that same dilemma, right? Where we had sushi in Chicago, but we didn't really have our own identity. So for me, I wanted to put our own identity on the map. And honestly, I'm just tired of seeing Chicago sushi chefs do New York, LA, or Miami sushi. There, I said it, guys.
All right. Trendsetter, baby. He's trying to lay it down in Chicago. You got to have mad respect for that. I am really curious about this because it started during COVID, so 6 years. I'm not great at math, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing on that.
Give or take, yeah.
What's been the hardest part about being a business owner?
Ooh. Honestly, the hardest part has been keeping the standards.
Okay.
What I
Because
mean-
you're not doing it all. You're having to embed those standards into employees.
Correct, and I think a lot of it comes to trust. You got to trust the staff that you bring on board. I've gone through some staff that it just didn't work out. Not that it wasn't their fault. Maybe I didn't explain things very well. Who knows what it could have been? But I always looked at it as a chance to learn something, and I realized that as long as the rules that I have in place are solid, they can't be broken, we will go far. And with the new team, we've definitely seen that.
I love it. All right, so in this whole endeavor, who did you lean on for advice? Who gave you a little mentorship? Who's guided you? Who have you turned to in a difficult moment and said, "Hey, man, just talk to me"? Like,
So this answer is it's not really one I can give where it's just one person.
okay,
This line of work, because I was going into people's homes, there was a lot of opportunity to have one-on-one conversations with the people throwing the parties after.
yeah,
And, everything from that 5-10 minute conversation to an hour conversation where we were just talking about life and just the struggles and realizing in a lot of ways we're all the same.
you're just being a sponge too, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I have questions, concerns, and these are people who, some more seasoned than myself, who have a lot more knowledge, who I'm always willing to learn from, who said, hey, you'll avoid a lot more roadblocks if you just go this way.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like clockwork, it works. But I can't say it's one specific person. It's been an eclectic group of people who have kept me on my toes. Obviously, I have an investor now who's kind of been helping here and there. But as they know, when they have someone who kind of knows what they're doing, they let me take the reins as much as they can.
Absolutely.
Until they feel they need to step in. So,
All right, you want to play a game here? Let's have a little fun.
Let's do it.
All right, so this deck of cards is going to be one of these. You're going to pick one of these cards, and it's going to be your mantra for tonight, right?
Oh,
this is going to be your thought process, your mantra, and hopefully whatever you pull here is in your heart comes true.
All right, this is
This is going to be fun.
A lot of pressure.
I haven't done this before. And then so show it to the camera and read it out. Read it out. Read it first.
All right. Oh, read it first? Okay.
Yeah.
So it says, every day my luck and blessings multiply.
Boom! Every day. Let's go. Jordan, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you. How do folks get a hold of you? And what would be the perfect type of person to get a hold of you for the perfect type of situation?
Okay, so the first question, we're able to be reached out through Instagram. It's at TRONSKIONE. That's my personal Instagram that I kind of use for the business as well. You can also reach out through our website. It's www.kappobytron.com. And as far as the best guest, someone who just loves sushi. If you genuinely love sushi, yeah, you're in for a treat when I'm done with you. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, laying it down, baby. That is Jordan. We will be back with our next guest. Thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure to meet you. Look, guys, we're going to be interviewing a whole bunch of people that are doing major things in the Chicagoland area. Level Up always brings out the best. These are movers. These are shakers. These are folks that are getting it done. So please follow along. Our next guest, I'm sure, is going to have a great story as well. Cheers. All right, I told you we'd be back with our next guest, and here we are. By the way, the sun is going down. I cannot wait for the skyline to pop up. I was trying my best to delay this as long as I could, but we had to get started. I am here with a fantastic guest. He's got a beautiful accent, and he is all over Chicago. He's putting on events. He's doing major stuff. You've probably been to his events. He's going to tell us all about it. Who am I here with today?
You're with Daniel Meyer from Vibe Apple.
Daniel Meyer, Vibe Apple. How do we find Vibe Apple?
So it's Instagram, it's Vibe Apple _events.
Love it. All right, so tell us a little bit about the concept and like how the hell did you get started in this? Because you have like the coolest job.
Thank you. Well, not always the coolest job when I first got to the US. So I've been here for 10 years. I came originally with a company called EY.
Oh yeah.
Actually, the same company John Summit came with.
Yeah.
But anyways, I worked for them for 10 years, and then I've always been involved in events and wanted to bring people together. And after COVID, I started throwing parties here and there, and all of a sudden, Vibe Apple was born, and I was able to leave my full-time job after 11 years. Straight into this entrepreneurial world.
Yeah. Beautiful. I'm always curious how people come up with names of their brand.
Yeah.
So how did Vibe Apple come about?
So it's a two-part story. So the word vibe comes from Vibe Creator. So my friends call me that. That's one of my nicknames. If you look at my Instagram bio, it says Vibe Creator.
Yeah.
And that was one of my nicknames, and everyone knows me about that.
Have you been that since you like childhood?
Since childhood,
like,
yeah. Always trying
everyone
to
was
just
at your house.
Yep. House parties, even when I was in college, I threw events. So I'm always creating a vibe.
Yeah.
And then the apple pod is actually not an apple, it's a pineapple.
Yeah.
Pineapple is a symbol for hospitality. I often get the question about, is it a swinger? I'm like, no, it's hospitality.
Depends on who's asking.
Yeah, it's true. But so I used to have a party pineapple. So I would take an actual pineapple, put sunglasses on it, and then take it around to festivals, boy parties, pool parties, and just have fun.
It's your
with it.
mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually I merged the two. The party pineapple Vibe Creator became Vibe Apple.
I love it.
And the logo is pineapple with sunglasses. It's actually the same ones I'm wearing.
There you go.
So fully branded.
So you're all about branding now. Was that like a thing that you were doing in your previous career, or were you in the events business?
No, it was actually consulting, accounting, finance.
All right, see, here's the message right here. This is why I asked that question, because I knew the answer to that. But somebody right now is watching this and is in a boring job that they hate and has an idea, but they're afraid to do it. There's some fear they have. How did you overcome that fear? I had to as well. How did you do it?
I mean, I think I was sitting on my laptop every day just sighing, and I was like, I can't keep sighing the rest of my life. This doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
But what I did is I was fortunate enough to have some money saved aside, and I was single at the time. I still am single, but single at the time, and had basically no debts or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
you were free.
I was basically a free agent.
Yeah.
At 33 years old, and I was like, I can keep doing this corporate thing, or I can take the risk, and I can always just go back to it. And
That's
that was
the key.
That was the key. I can just go back to it.
It's not like you forgot how to do that.
No.
So if it
Counting's
doesn't
in my
work
head.
out, if it doesn't work out, you can go back.
Yeah.
Cool. So, give me more.
Yeah. So my main goal is bringing people together, and how do I do that? And in a fun, exciting way. And I love Chicago. Like I said, I've been here for 10 years. I've traveled around the world, got inspired by many different countries and parties I've attended. But then I was just getting kind of bored of the same old Chicago. Again, great city, but like some of the stuff was getting monotonous.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could do that better. I could throw a party. I could bring people together. Let's do it. And that's how I started doing these themed events. And all of a sudden, it just took off. And so the biggest one was my, which I'm probably most well known for, is Nights in Mykonos, all white attire event. We do it Avli on the Park every Memorial Day weekend and just before Labor Day. And so those are my two big all white parties that everyone knows about. And that kind of put me on the map. And then after that, I created some other fun content.
So, what's the hardest part? Because the fun part is the vibe.
The vibe.
The fun part
is easy,
I mean, that's easy. That's natural. What's the hard part that you just like, you have to do it, but it sucks?
Yeah, actually, at the end of the day, selling tickets is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
And to convincing people that they should spend money at your event or do this activity, that's typically the hardest part. But luckily, I've got a good formula and a good, loyal fan base that like supports what I do and knows that the experiences are good. So that makes it a bit easier for me. But when it's a new concept, that's usually the hardest.
Yeah.
I have to really go out of my way for marketing. And I didn't go to school for marketing. So I come up with some crazy ideas to like how to market.
It's probably good that you didn't, because you're not about fonts and graphics. You're about like telling a brand story and like getting people's attention, right?
I'll give you a funny example. I came up with a concept called Inflatable Safari, which is a play on my South African roots. And I did 500 inflatable African animals scattered around recess. And did this whole like jungle African theme. And I had no footage to kind of show people of what the party's about. So that was my imagination, right? And so what I did is I took an inflatable monkey and I named him Milo. And I took him with me everywhere. The playpen, Oak Street Beach, parties, kind of like replaced by Pineapple. And I had Milo. And put a QR code on Milo and it took you to the event page. And so everyone's like, what are you doing with this monkey?
Yeah.
Like it's Milo and people take photos with it and then they would scan the QR code and then see the event. And they say, oh, this looks fun. And then that's how I kind of...
It's brilliant.
This is a marketing idea out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so let's dream a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's dream. What would be the absolute most epic vibe that you could create if you had, a really hefty budget and you could just play and do whatever the hell you wanted to do? What are we doing?
I mean, I'm definitely looking into the festival scene. I just did one, a smaller festival called Lucky Disco for St. Patrick's Day, where I shut down the street in Fulton Market. But now I want to do a bigger type of festival where there's tons of different activities, genres of music, just fun photo ops, things like that. So I want to really just do something crazy with the festival.
I love that.
That's my big dream.
Now, would you do that here, or would you... Destination? Where would the location be?
Bit of both. So I would love to. Obviously, Chicago's my.
It's your home now.
It's my home. I love Chicago. But I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. So destination, I would love to take people to Cape Town. So I used to throw parties there as well.
Okay.
So I'd love to take people to South Africa and give them a whole experience and throw a party there. That'd be sweet.
What is Cape Town like?
Cape Town is like mountains, beach, vineyards, parties, culinary.
It's like California.
It's California, but like a little bit like squashed together, but you could hike, go to the beach, and get wine in the same day.
In like an hour.
Yeah.
Like it's all an hour away.
Yeah, and
right?
the people are similar to me. They sound like me. But they're all super fun. Everyone's laid back, and everyone just wants to have a vibe. Hence why I vibe out there.
So, how do you transfer some of this creative expertise to a team? Because in order for you to scale, right, people have to latch on to your vibe, if I may, and they've got to live up to your core values, your standards of performance. And so, as an event planner, you're kind of like a sniper, man. Like you're the guy, you're the talent, right? But in order for you to really take it next level, you need to attract people that are like you, that could do some of the things that you don't want to do better than you could do it. So like, how's that happening for you?
So sometimes I feel like I'm the boss from Avengers that finds all the Avengers.
Okay.
That's how I relate. But I'm super lucky that the team I built around me are all amazing humans, and I always thank them. They're the reason why the events are successful. It's not me. I have a vision, but without them, I couldn't do it.
Good on you.
So I'm always looking for people that have that energy, the drive, and can bring the vibe. And so I'm always looking for the best people. And I've retained a lot of people. And I hired over like 500 people in various roles, from DJs to performers to door staff to like
full-time and freelance people.
People come and go, need some extra help, part-time jobs, but I've had some incredible people I've worked with, so I feel very blessed about that.
So for a newer entrepreneur that wants to grow, wants to have the success that you've had, and that's a visionary, how do you download that vision into your people?
I mean, it's tough because I'm a unique situation where I come from accounting, finance background, and I can do creative, so I feel like I'm a bit of an anomaly. But I think at the end of the day, for an entrepreneur that's trying to start or create a team, it comes down to like having that vision, clear goals, where you want to go, and what the team values are. That will bring everything together.
I love it. All right, folks, if you're not inspired, I don't know what to tell you. When's the next event? How do they get a hold of you? How do they show up to the next event? We're going to have to get you to give us a QR code we can throw up on the screen for the next event so they can sign up. But tell them where they're going next. What's the big party?
So we're doing a pop-up at Fairley. It's a wedding venue in Fulton Market, but West Fulton Market. It's like a billiards hall meets a members club, Soho vibe, but music, final DJs, pop-up. It's complimentary food, complimentary drinks, including the tickets. It's a sweet deal. Then after that, we have our all-white Mykonos event at Avli, which is the one of the summer. So I'll send you the link, and also I think a promo code will help too.
I love it. We're gonna play a game here real quick before you exit. So this is gonna be your mantra for tonight.
Okay.
Your thought for tonight. Just pick a card, and hopefully this comes true for you.
Okay.
Any card. Read it and then show it to the camera.
Wow. I am living on my highest timeline.
Let's go, baby!
That's pretty. Did they all say that?
No. There's a few that are like, this guy's a jerk. Yeah. No, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
Well done.
Thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure.
There you have it. I told you we would bring on awesome guests. We had another one. Please check out Vibe Apple. Get to the next event, and they're not going to stop. So if you can't be at that one, be at the next one. Hell, Absolutely. Be at the next 7. Thanks, brother.
Cool.
We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I'm back with like one of my best friends at this point because Ashley Tobin is absolutely amazing. She crushes it on the mic. She's gorgeous. She's stylish. She's so much fun, and she's got a very cool voice. She thinks her voice isn't cool. I think her voice is cool. She's made for radio, except her face is made for TV.
That's the best thing I've actually ever heard.
What's happening? I mean, the eyes are popping tonight. The eyes are beautiful.
So
Let's go. So, like, what's happening in the life since the last time I talked to you, other than the fact that I know everything happening in your life because I follow you on Instagram?
Me on Instagram, and like I just decided to share my entire life because, like, why not?
Why wouldn't you? Because we talked about the last time. Our lives are documentaries that we should just share.
But like, that's the best thing ever. I mean, that is the whole point for people to actually get to know you through the good, the bad, the fun, the ugly, like the exciting, the bad, whatever.
Open up the hood.
Exactly, like the whole thing. And I just think that's like what's so exciting about social media now in general, and being able to do podcasts, being able to talk on all these different platforms, is like gravitating to all these different audiences.
I mean,
oh my goodness.
I agree with you. It brings here's the thing, like, there's certain content clips that you can put out on different platforms,
100%.
but I really think a podcast clip
can go on everything.
It could go on anything. It kind of brings everyone together because it really is just a personal brand.
Yeah.
Just sharing a piece of themselves.
Isn't it so amazing when you kind of like finally figure out what your brand is, and then you finally figure out who you are, what you want to talk about, what people are engaging towards, like what people gravitate, and like the best way to just like actually feel like yourself online.
Okay, so let's just help people for a second here. How did you find your voice and find your rhythm in that regard? Because I will tell you, there's a lot of people that might be watching the clip right now, Ashley, and they're thinking, well, I put 4 posts out, nobody liked it.
Yeah.
I felt terribly uncomfortable. I didn't even like it. So like, how do you help people get over that hump?
I think it's because 2 parts. One, you definitely have to like just know that you is you. I mean, who you are is who you are. So just like love it. People are going to hate whether you're broadcasting a million.
It doesn't matter. They're going to hate.
They're going to hate either way. They're going to hate either way. So I just think it's like, who cares? Like, do your 4 posts, do your 15 posts, do your 1 post. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to like understand all that. You want to do a couple of reels, you want to do a carousel, you want to do something funny that has nothing to really do with your brand. I mean, it's just you. and it's your life,
So
and it's sharing you.
If you like it, you should post it.
If you like it, you should post it.
I mean, that's the thing.
It's your page for a reason.
It's your page.
Let's go back to basics here. Let's go back to basics here. All social media in general. Let's go back to basics. That is before everything blew up with like trying to be famous on social, but trying to like actually get money, but trying to like all these things with like influencers.
Everybody's gonna go viral.
Yeah, like we were just sharing who we are. We're just sharing our vacation photos. We're sharing
Check out
our
my
fun
feet.
brunch.
I'm holding a Corona.
Yeah, like we're just chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just am like, that's what it is. And so I also think though too, people only show the good, which is like fair. But at the same time, I mean, there's also not some great times.
Well,
like I want to know what's up all the time.
It doesn't hurt every once in a while just to be hyper authentic and be like, hey, I am totally down right now. Like I don't know what's going on.
I'm down. Yeah.
And by the way, you know what's amazing about that is like I posted stuff like that even on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm down.
And I'll get DMs from people like, hey, dude, if you need to talk, if you want. People are genuinely kind, and you get way less hate that when you're braggadocious.
Yeah.
So,
and like real and genuine like that. 100%.
Just rip and express your feelings. So what are we up to now? Last time we talked to you, we're in a bit of a transition.
Yeah, we're still kind of like figuring out a transition, but I also founded my own LLC, which I'm like really excited about. I've been like building a website.
Did you get the thing like sent to you like in the box and it's got like the stamp and like
yes,
the
I
art?
did.
Yes,
I sure did.
It's
and
very
I was
official.
like, this is the moment.
It's
like,
very
this
official.
Is the moment.
Yeah.
I bought the domains. I tried to figure it out, and I was, basically like, I have no idea what I'm going to do, but at least I put the foundation in place.
Yeah.
So I started building a website, I started building my brand, and I'm now doing a bunch of like consulting work on the side, but also trying to like still find a transition for like more of a corporate traditional 9-to-5 that I really like too. So I'm kind of doing both.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then I'm like, wait, I actually sometimes don't really love this corporate side because I can have some fun doing this too. So it's just kind of interesting,
Are you starting to realize that betting on yourself is pretty amazing?
It's scary.
It's scary as hell.
It's super scary. It's super scary. But it's scary in a way that doesn't have a limit. And that's why it's fun scary.
I'm yet to meet an entrepreneur that answered the question like, no, it's not scary. Every one of them.
No,
I don't care
scary.
I don't care how successful they are. They're all like, it is scary.
100% scary.
At the end of the day, like they say failure is not an option. Failure absolutely is an option.
It's actually 50-50.
There's a
half of it.
chance
It's
that
a
you
half
could
and
fail.
half an option. Yeah.
There is a very strong chance. Okay, so where are we gonna go with this LLC though? Like
I know. I just like love all the branding. I love that I could take all these different jobs that I've had.
Yeah.
I worked for the Chicago Bears for years. I worked for an insurance company. I worked for a tech company. I worked for MLB and PGA sponsorship company. You know what I mean? Like all these different things. And like I love the fact that I can now take all of these things and maybe just like combine it and help other stuff. So I've been doing branding for a med spa. I just did Porsche not too long ago in another neighborhood. Like it's kind of just like I don't have now a limit.
Yeah.
On just one place.
It's not a bad thing to have just massive amounts of tools in your toolkit.
Yeah.
And those multiplier people, you're a multiplier. First off, your energy's infectious, right? So when you walk in a room, like who wouldn't want you in a boardroom? Who wouldn't want you in a culture? Who wouldn't want you kind of representing a brand, speaking on behalf of them? But it's the multiplier part that I think is really important. And when you can do branding, marketing, social media, content, sell.
When you understand the circle of it all, I mean, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And that's what like is one really exciting, but also kind of hard too. One, I mean, when you're doing strategy marketing, life cycle marketing, all these kind of things, you have to immerse yourself as the customer for each one of these people. I have to immerse myself as a fan for the Chicago Bears, even though I am, of course.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But like, I have to immerse myself as, a PGA person that would be interested in that. I have to immerse myself as an insurance person, all these things.
So you're reverse engineering your market. You're thinking, so you're saying marketing, excuse me.
Yeah.
You're thinking as the customer or the viewer who's
I have to think of this so then I can market to them correctly.
And then you poke holes in it.
Yeah, and then I say, where is this not working? Where can I make this better?
Yeah.
Where can I make this now where you're not just coming in for one service, you're buying a whole plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing all of that.
What's the coolest project that you've worked on?
Oh my God.
Or let's ask that a different way. What's the project that you're most proud of?
I want to go with actually the one that I think is the most cool, actually. I'll think about it because, I mean, we did I worked for True Green and we were working on a PGA campaign, and it was also with like Jason Day, and it was like this huge campaign.
He's great.
And it was this huge campaign, and we were talking about it, and it was like how you can feel like a neighbor in your lawn, and he was like literally in this like family's front lawn. And we were like, you can also be Jason Day's lawn or, you know, a typical family person's lawn. We're going to do the same work for you. We're going to be that celebrity, and we're going to be your neighborhood, you know, company, and we're going to do the same thing.
You're going to care no matter what. It doesn't matter who you are. We're going to care just as much.
It was just so real. It was just so real, and it was so genuine, and it just felt like cool at the same time. They were like, the dad was like drinking coffee, and then Jason Day like hit a putt and like went into his coffee, and it's like, you know, it's actually just real. You know, this stuff, like if you make marketing so much more day to day, then like people naturally gravitate towards it. That's what we talked about,
documentary style, like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I love about it.
You want to have a cadence, right? You want to kind of put some really crazy creative stuff in there.
It also doesn't need to be crazy all the time.
No, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes just deliver the message.
Yeah,
just deliver the message.
Yeah,
just
like
tell me what you do. Okay. So you're a pretty regular on the networking circuit, right?
Yeah,
you're going out there. You're.
I love a good
you're
networking
being
event.
Seen. Why level up?
So I mean, level up. I mean, shout out to Dave and Spike. I mean, I went to.
They've hung with it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in it to win it, baby.
They are in it to win it. They meet so many people. I mean, I remember I talked to Dave about this like years ago when they first started. I went to college with Spike. But
Did you really?
Yeah. So that's how I met Spike. But I remember Dave talked about this. He had his first event, and it was like 15 people. And I was even like, oh my God.
Playing Jenga.
Yeah, I was even like, oh my God, 15 people is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now we're here at Godfrey.
It's like 250 people here tonight.
250 people here.
Yeah.
We have Dan Meyer that's running his Vibe Apple
Dan
event
Meyer. He was
tonight.
on just before you.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, he was on before?
Genius.
Met him years ago, you know, out in the scene. Such a good guy. And like literally love that we are combining this like crazy party fun environment with all these events with like networking and bringing both of these like connection facets together.
Yeah.
One night. I mean, come on.
And by the way,
Easy.
like this goes back to what we were talking about. Why does business have to be stuffy?
It doesn't.
We're not stuffy in anything else that we do.
Look at this view. I mean, look at this rooftop right now. We're in the middle of Godfrey Rooftop right now. This is perfect.
What are the rules? There's no rules.
That's the best
you need
part.
to stop with all the rules and regulations and this and that. Like, this is not how people operate.
The
I gotta
one
tell
thing
you,
I've
I
learned
wore
from
a
that-
suit for 17 straight years.
Oh my God, that sounds
And then I
terrible.
was kind of like a sport coat guy.
Yeah.
And then I started my own company, and I wear hooded sweatshirts.
As you should. As you
And
should.
I feel great.
Or wear a suit if you want to.
Or a suit. I might
Or
put
wear
a suit jacket on
Or
the hooded
do-
sweatshirt.
Yeah, do both.
I don't know.
Or wear our bombers, like last time.
Well, one thing I won't do, I won't wear my Borat bathing suit to another business meeting. That was too far.
Okay, too far.
That was too far.
But you know what? At least we found the level.
Now I found the level.
Yeah, we found the level.
That's the key.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you want to tell the folks that are tuning in? What's the message for today? Like, what's the mantra? And I'm going to help you with that here in a second.
Okay, so I think my mantra would be that, like, none of this is actually scary. Everything is, like, really, really fun.
Oh, my God.
People are genuine. You know, like, don't be, like, going in, especially if you're unemployed, if you're employed, if you have no idea what this is, you know, the whole thing. It's an accepting environment in every possible title, non-title that you have. It doesn't matter how much money you're worth. It doesn't matter if you're unemployed. Like, we're all just here to just, like, get to know each other.
I so love that you just said that it's actually not scary. You're right.
It's not scary.
I
don't really know a lot of people here at all, but I guarantee you I'll know 10 of them.
Not just this,
by the time I leave.
but just anything in general.
It's not scary.
Like starting an LLC.
Oh my God, I was like, do I just do it? And then I just like started looking it up, and I was like, why would I not just do it?
You're like, wait a minute, I'm pretty smart. Like, why would I not do
Yeah.
this? And then you start to do it, and then all of a sudden you start to get consulting projects.
Yeah.
And you go, wait a minute, like, why didn't I do this before? Why was
Right.
where was my confidence level? Why do we talk negative to ourselves?
I think it's because there is a lot of pressure out externally, right? There is a lot of people that are so much more successful than you. Mm-hmm. And that's all we're seeing on Instagram all the time. We're always seeing the highlights. We're always seeing the 50 million people, you know, but those 50 million people started as you, as, you know, 500 followers. And they just decided, screw it, we're going to be ourselves, and people decided that they liked it.
So what you're saying is comparison is a terrible thing.
Terrible thing.
And
I
you
compare
should.
myself all the time. All the time.
I know we're all fall prey to
Yeah.
it because we are living in that outer world where
Yeah.
we need to live more in the inner world.
Yeah.
I,
What's my content? My content's not supposed to look like your content. Your
No.
content's not supposed to look like mine. I don't know. Exactly.
By the way, your content is better than mine.
No, mine is not.
I like it a lot.
I like your
All
stuff
right,
too.
so we're gonna have a little fun here. I've done this
Okay.
with everyone that's come on.
Oh my God, I love this.
Like these are not tarot cards.
I was gonna
but
say, is this a
they're
tarot card? You're gonna give me a
like
reading?
they're like mantras and just like thoughts that you should have. And sometimes, when your brain is a little bit off and you're kind of thinking negative, you just pull one of these cards. You're like, oh my God, I am kind of cool.
Yeah,
So let's see what the universe has in store for you.
Okay, I
You
feel
pick.
good about this one.
All right, so read it.
Okay, every penny I spend is returned to me tenfold. Okay.
Let's go.
Shocking because
Buy
I
me
have
some shoes,
I
man.
was gonna say I have like a shocking addiction. You know what I
Let's
mean?
go.
Like, come on.
But-
that is literally the most perfect one for me. Seriously.
Okay, so that shopping addiction, you're going to buy something absolutely beautiful. Somebody who's got a lot of money, who has a lot of power, is going to be like, you know what, I'm going to invest in you because you look spectacular.
Yeah.
And then now
And they're
you'll
gonna do
see
it.
why.
You know what's funny? It's actually a perfect example on this. Two things. One, I had like a random gift card or something to one of these stores, and I went in and I had this sales rep or whatever. I was expecting to spend no money, and the sales rep just treated me like it was on Michigan Avenue. It was very bougie, and they just treated me like just a regular human being.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know if I had a gift card for $10 or like $5,000.
Do I even belong here?
Yeah, like I was like little imposter syndrome, right? And they treated me great, and I ended up. Now we're actually really, really great friends.
Isn't that amazing?
It's great. And then I had another situation. I was, just picking up bartending on the side just for a little bit of fun the other night. And, it was like not even a good night. It was like 40 degrees out. There was like a tornado coming. I was like going to make no money. I ended up meeting somebody that now wants me to do all of his branding for his gym.
Let's go.
Yeah, all of his branding for his gym, all the social media, all the paid, like write the code for HTML, like do the website, do the whole thing. And I literally was like, oh my God.
This is awesome.
I was going to call off the night because I was like, I'm going to make no money. It's going to be stupid. I'm going to make no money. And I ended up meeting him, and I was like, I'm going to be set for a little bit if this works out. And
So good.
we're in the works right now.
All right, so here's what's going to happen.
That's tenfold. I mean,
Here's what's going to happen. You're gonna have to come on and co-host the JMO show, which I just launched. I need you to come on and co-host. We'll have people on. It's about business. It's about entertainment. It's about smashing it all together. It's just about life. Like, I'm sick of threading the needle and talking about a specific industry, whatever. I'm just going to talk. Let's get real. Talk about whatever.
Yeah.
So I'd love for you, as we part ways here, leave us with a final thought of inspiration, something funny, something on your mind.
Yeah, final thought of inspiration is going to be, you know what? Like, are we allowed to swear?
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, cool. Fuck it, right? Okay, so honestly, the best thing that I could say is, like, if you have a vision, if you have an idea, if you have even a thought, or if you have a want, if you are trying to copy somebody else, the ideas are there. So just like, fuck it. Fuck it. Have so much fun. Try to figure it out. Don't always look at that dashboard engagement, how many views, all this shit. If you look at that video and you had someone that said, I love this.
Yeah.
This is
That's
fun.
enough.
That's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough. That's all I care about is that one person enjoyed your fucking video, your picture, your whatever. That's all I give a shit about now.
Don't ignore the downloads. Those thoughts of things that you should do, those gut feelings, those ideas that come to you, those are downloads.
I'm in constant pressure of all that shit, and I'm literally just like, if I made one person laugh, one person related to this video, dude, it was a fucking success.
There
I
you
don't
go.
give a shit.
And by the way, if you laughed at it, it was a success.
I'm
if
the
one
one,
more person,
I'm all the views. I'm all the views. I watch it myself.
I like
laughing.
all my own shit because if I don't like it, like it'd be like, if you're gonna run for president, are you gonna vote for yourself? What if you lost by one vote? Wouldn't you feel like an idiot if you didn't?
better be fucking voting for
right,
yourself.
I'm clicking the like button. That is Ashley Tobin. I am John Morris. How do they find you on Instagram and all the other social media platforms?
Yeah, so my personal is Ashley Tobes, and my food account is Snackin'.
It's funny.
It's funny, it's fun, and we go to a bunch of restaurants and just like have some fun with it.
They do their thing. They have fun and they try stuff.
Yeah, they have fun and we try stuff, exactly.
That's it. We're going to be back with another guest. Are you not entertained?
Love it.
This is what you've come for. Well, we took ourselves a little bit of a break, and we are, in fact, back, and I am here with a Chicago legend. We're talking about a Chicago networking legend. His name is Tony P. Tony, how are you, sir?
Doing great, my friend. How are you doing?
If you are anybody who's somebody, which all of you are, you probably have some sort of social media, and you have, in fact, seen some sort of graphic or content that promotes Tony P's events. But I want to know about the man. We know about the events.
Okay.
Tell everybody, like, what you actually do for a living. Like, what is your actual craft?
That is a great question. So, I like to say I'm a jack of all trades, but master of none. So, I do business development for a mortgage company. Greg DeKalb, my business partner, and I, we have a company called Appointments IQ, where we do business development, lead generation for companies that need to get in front of decision makers. We have the events that we do once a week. And then I also work for a tech company in a sales role as well. So, yeah, I do like 5 different things.
Yeah, leave some jobs for the rest of us, my friend.
But the thing is that I just love making friends. I love being in front of new people, just connecting people, making stuff happen. And with all these different roles that I do, there's different ways to monetize that. But it all comes down to relationships, you know? And just put yourself out there. And in this day and age, with social media and AI and Netflix and all the different distractions out there, that human-to-human interaction kind of gets lost.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make sure that it doesn't go away, but we're actually trying to make it stronger, you know? Because at the end of the day, people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Amen, brother.
And, you know, nowadays with deep fakes and the way AI can make anything look real, it's like you never know if you're talking to a real person or like a bot or whatever, you know? So, but when you're with someone, you can shake hands and hang out and have a drink.
We
and have
gave
a
a
good time.
hug. We hugged.
You know, do a bro hug and all that stuff. It's like there's a deeper connection then, you know?
Absolutely. You know, looking somebody in the eye makes a big difference, but I will tell you from a social media standpoint, what really bothers me now, to your point, is all the automation, the AI to develop business, to set appointments, to connect, to introduce themselves. Like, people are introducing themselves with an AI-driven automation. I just don't understand that. Like, why would you not take the time to actually look at somebody's profile, maybe like and comment on a few of their content pieces, and then actually, like, try and establish a relationship? Everyone's just, like, fishing now. They just are throwing out AI and seeing what sticks. And I don't know about you, I don't like to feel like a number.
Oh, yeah. Well, the funny part is when I get messages from people that I've known for years, and it shows up my inbox, whether it's an email, whether it's a text or a Facebook message or an Instagram message, and it's very generic. And I'm thinking, like, okay, this is someone I've known for 10 years, and they're writing to me something like very cold and stale. It's like this is weird.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm just stuck in a cadence. I had somebody send me a DM and ask me if I ever thought about starting a podcast. And it was literally just on Monday. And my response, and I don't mean to be a jerk, but if you're not going to put any time or effort in, you're going to be lazy. My response was, this is the dumbest DM that I've ever read in my life. Like, all you had to do was look at my profile for 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
So, what is your lead generation company doing to offset that? How are you bringing that personal touch back?
So that's a really good question. So depending on what kind of campaign we're working on, you know, what industry, I mean, it's just a matter of just using the right keywords. And I'll admit, to be perfectly honest, there is an element of it that is a bit generic. But part of it, too, is that when you have large numbers of messaging going out and you look at the metrics of who's clicking on something, who's opening something up, then you know there's a degree of interest there. So then what we do is, so let's say we send them out to like 5,000, 8,000 people, whatever, and maybe there's like 600 clicks or or somebody who opened something or somebody who reacted, then what we do is we laser beam focus on that smaller number of people, and then that's where the real homework comes, where I'll look up on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, and I'll see, where did this person go to college? When did they graduate college? You know, where are they currently working? Where have they worked in the past? Who are some of the mutual connections we have?
And this is primarily through email, right? You're starting off with email?
Yeah.
And so if they click, then you realize that they have a level of interest, and then you start to customize.
Yeah. Then I do my homework on the person, and one of the biggest things is, like, you know, I went to University of Illinois, you know, Big Ten school, and a lot of people in Chicago, you know, went to Big Ten schools. So what I do then, when I see someone that has, you know, their college that's local, if it's like Loyola, DePaul, Northwestern, University of Chicago, whatever, then it's like that's a connection point. Or I see who are, you know, mutual friends that we have, you know, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll reach out to some mutual friends and be like, hey, how well do you know this person, you know? So it's all about trying different ways to get in front of people, you know, whether it be lead generation, whether it be networking, whether it be inviting someone to something. It's like you want to make sure you stand out, that you're not just like everybody else.
Now, when did you start Tony P's networking events?
So Greg and I, we hosted our first Tony P event in August of 2017. And how it all came about was that throughout my career, I've always been in sales. So the first 15 and 20 years of my career, I was in the software tech world. So I used to travel a lot for work, going to trade shows, conferences, just always meeting people. And I learned that I got so much more done after 5 o'clock than I did between 8 to 5.
Crazy? Isn't that true?
Because between, 8 to 5 or whatever, it's, whether you're on a
It's showtime.
Whether you're on a trade show floor, whether you're like making calls or whatever, it's like you're just like every other annoying salesperson, you know, trying to hit them up. But it's after 5 o'clock and it's happy hour, you're at the bar, having a drink, having a good time. Then it's like you're that fun new friend they met at the bar, you know?
Yeah.
Where I'm not even like talking business. It's like I'm asking people about, like I said, where they went to school, where they like go on vacation, their favorite restaurants, you know, how their daughter's soccer team did last week, you know? Anything to talk about that has nothing to do with business.
Yeah.
And that's where
It's called building a relationship.
exactly. and actually, there's an acronym that I use that's been so helpful for many years. Have you ever heard of FORM? F-O-R-M. F, family. O, occupation. R, recreation. M, motivation.
Wow, that's really good.
So what happens is when you meet someone and you have a conversation going and you want to kind of take in different directions, F could be family, could be friends. You ask people about, you know, if I see someone's ring, like, well, how long have you been married, you know? If I'm in someone's office and I see, you know, their family, you know, like, hey, how old are your kids? What are their names, you know? How long have you had the dog for, you know? They have pictures where in Italy. Oh, what part of Italy did you go to, you know? And then occupation, obviously you talk about what people do for a living, et cetera, but that's kind of like everybody does that. And then recreation is huge. It's like I'll say, ask someone like, hey, you know, what do you like doing on the weekends? Or hey, you know, something I really love to ask people to really get them going. It'll say, hey, I have 2 plane tickets here that you can go anywhere in the world you want. So I have 2 questions for you. Where are you going and who are you taking with you? And that always...
That's a great icebreaker.
It always gets the conversation going because people, like, it's not normal.
Let them dream a little bit.
But it's not normal for people to ask that, you know, at a networking event or at a business meeting or whatever. It's kind of like way off topic, and people don't expect that. So what it does is it gets people to dig into what their passions are, which helps you get to know them better. But then also what it does is it like I said, you're not cookie cutter, not
Yeah,
like, hey, what kind of work do you
It's
do?
creative.
Stuff like that.
It's not how's the weather.
Yeah, or
right?
hey, how about those Cubs? 7 in a row. It's like, it's kind of taking it and going in a different direction. And then another thing I like to ask too is, say people like, hey, what's the last? Think about the last time you went out to eat. Where'd you go and what meal did you have, or what'd you like most about it, or hey, are there any new restaurants coming up you want to check out? Just things that have nothing to do with business. That's when you really get to know what's in here. You get to know.
You're finding the want behind the want behind the want, because everyone's got an emotional driver.
Exactly.
They've got a purpose. They've got something that they're doing what they do for. It's not that they're doing the thing.
Yeah.
It's a means to an end. So you're trying to get to the ends first. You're trying to figure out, like, what's their driver.
Exactly. Or as they say, was it Simon Sinek or whatever?
Find the why. Start with why.
What is someone's why? And everybody's got different. What their why is different, or maybe they got multiple things that could be their why.
What's your why, Tony?
Wow. I'd say probably the number one thing is my wife and keeping her happy.
Yeah.
Because she's my best friend, she's my soulmate, and we've been together for 25, 26 years, but we've been married for like 15, I think.
Yeah.
So one of the things I want to do is I want to make sure that sometime very soon we can go on a fun vacation again. We haven't been on a fun vacation in a while, So
That's beautiful.
A lot of stuff like that,
What's been your greatest joy of throwing these events and partnering with Greg, who I would imagine is your best friend?
Yeah. I'd say probably the biggest takeaway from doing these events is the positive feedback from people. So there's people that have been to our events that have met and have gotten married. There's people that have come to our events that have found a new job or hired someone or they did deals together. And what I probably think is the most satisfying thing is when there's positive feedback and reinforcement and people saying nice things, but them doing it like organically.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there's been dozens upon dozens of people over the years that have done really nice posts on social media, or people where they'll be at an event and they'll meet someone new and be like, oh my God, I've been coming to these events for 3 years and it's been so helpful and here's why I love coming to them so much. So it's like, we got all
Just
these...
fills your tank back up, huh?
Yeah, we got all these like phenomenal cheerleaders out there that, we don't have to poke and prod to like, hey, say this or do this. People they organically
You're not
are
asking
happy.
them for a referral. They're just giving it.
Yeah, they're doing it just organically, on their own, without us like poking or prodding or asking for favors. They're just doing it because they genuinely feel they've gotten great benefit out of these events,
It's outstanding. All right, so we're gonna play a game here, and then we're gonna wrap up, and we're gonna ask you how we can get a hold of you, how we can find you.
Oh yeah,
this is gonna be fun. Talk about mantra, talk about a little bit of, sometimes maybe the head gets in the wrong space and you need to bring it back. So I found these to be pretty fun and useful. So just pick a card, and then you're going to read the card and show the card to the camera. So just pick any card.
So this isn't Cards Against Humanity, is it?
No.
Okay, so I got the card. You want me to show it to the camera?
Well, read it first.
Okay, read it out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. I deserve good things.
Let's go!
Okay.
Tony P deserves good things. For God's sakes, give him some good things. Let's go. All right, how do people get a hold of you?
Okay, so multiple ways, but it's beautiful because it's really easy. All you got to remember is Tony P's networking events. So Tony P''S networking events.
The apostrophe is critical.
So you can go to Google and just type it in, Boomer.
It'll pop up, trust me.
You can go to Instagram.
It'll pop up.
There. You go to Facebook. You go to LinkedIn. We're there. And the beautiful thing is we host events every week.
Every week in Chicago.
So we're constantly, posting the upcoming events. And actually, we we pivoted a while back where for years it was just the city and that was it. And then after
Now
the
you're going to the burbs.
After the pandemic, we started sprinkling in suburban events. So what we do is, so the first 2 to 3 events we do in the month are in the city, and then usually the last week of the month on a Wednesday or Thursday night, we'll go out to suburbs, whether it's Schaumburg, Northbrook, Naperville, Oakbrook, Arlington Heights, Palatine, Rosemont, Downers Grove. And that's actually been huge. That actually opened up a whole new world.
Well, it's
because,
tough to drive out here for us Bourbonites.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing is a lot of people, like before the pandemic and before the crime in the city got a little crazy, people in the burbs had no problem coming to see. But now people in the burbs, they don't come to the city as much anymore.
Yeah.
So we decided to flip the script. Well, okay, we'll come to you. And so, like, for example, we got an event coming up in a few weeks. It's going to be in South Barrington, you know? And then we got an event next month that's going to be at the Drake Hotel in Oakbrook at their outdoor patio, you know? So we mix it up because we listen to our audience, you know? We take the feedback to heart, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. And any sort of negative feedback we get, we look at it as an opportunity to improve and make things better.
What a beautiful way to do it. Be a sponge, right?
And then the things that are working well that people love, we just do more of it.
Double down.
Exactly. But John, this has been awesome. I know we've been talking about having our podcast for quite some time, so I'm glad the stars aligned. We made it work.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Tony P. Tony P's networking events. In between your attendance at the Level Up events, which we expect you to be, you could be weekly going out to Tony P's, and whether it's in the burbs or the city.
Oh, and one last thing. June 11th, we'll be doing our first ever Level Up Tony P collaboration event.
Let's go.
We're going to be doing it at Millennium Hall, that huge outdoor beer garden right by the Bean there.
I look forward to podcasting from there.
So it's going to be a bit of a rager. So put that in your calendar too. So
Tony, mad respect for you. You are a networking expert. You are an absolute gem, and just grateful to be around you, buddy.
All right.
Cheers.
Well, thank you for being on your show, your podcast, and I appreciate it. And have a great night, everybody.
Let's go. We'll be back with another guest. Tony P just rocked the mic, baby. Let's go.
Boom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I told you we'd be back with another guest, and we've got a first-timer. He just said he's never done anything like this, so you better be nice. This is
choice.
Dan Marconi. Dan, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what are you up to? What's good? What's happening? What do you do for a living?
Do you want all of it?
Let's go. Just let it rip. I mean, I don't know which one you want to go with. Maybe your job sucks. You want to talk about your job. Maybe you want to talk about your hot girlfriend. I don't know.
I wish. No,
All right, so he's available.
Single, ready to mingle.
Let's go.
I used to live in Denver, Colorado. 2 years ago, I moved back. I used to be in corporate America. I moved back to help take over my family's business, which is a small Italian bakery in the south suburbs of Chicago.
I love it. So you don't hate your job because you love your family.
Absolutely.
How many generations are we talking about here?
I am fourth. It was opened in 1911.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. All right, so name of the bakery again?
Marconi Baking Company.
Okay, Marconi Baking Company. Tell me like what the specialties are.
So it's primarily a wholesale bakery. So we do bread, and that was what it was built on. It's a bread and different types of bread, European, Italian, different types of bread for restaurants, grocery stores. And you used to be able to find it everywhere, but now it's kind of local to the
Damn it, my mouth is watering.
suburbs. What I've come back and done is we had one cookie line that stuck through after the 20th century, and that's our soft biscotti. Now, biscottis are normally hard. We make soft biscotti, so it's a little different. It's pretty unique. We make 6 flavors, and it's our grandma's recipe. I've added some flavors. My family's added some flavors. And we do that wholesale, and I've added a retail line. You can order online, and we do events. So if you have a wedding, we do biscottis in 2-packs for your wedding. You can find them on store counters, and you can find them hopefully in a lot of coffee shops around America.
I love it.
So,
You're a natural. So let me ask you about this recipe. Is it in the vault? Is it in the bank? It's in the bank vault?
Now, you could find a biscotti recipe online, but I'll tell you this, ours
It ain't grandma's.
is locked up. It's not my nonnies.
All right,
that's for
it's
sure.
not Nani's. That's right. All right, so like what brought you back? Because a lot of companies don't make it to 4th generation, 5th generation, because I want to say that a successful business puts their kids in a position to go do a lot of things, to go get a better education maybe than great-grandpa had and grandpa had and whatever. And so what drew you back in?
I don't want to bring down the mood, but I'll be honest about it. And you're right, my dad did have that
Be
dream for us.
authentic, brother.
My dad did have that dream for us. So we've all worked at the bakery in the past, like child labor.
Helping out.
basically.
Yeah, child labor. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That's what your kids are when you own a family business like that. But no, that's what our parents wanted for us. But actually, 2 years ago when I was living out in Denver, my dad got cancer. So he had lung cancer and he had surgery and chemo was about to start. And, my uncle, who's with the business too, he's older than my dad. We just didn't know what was going to happen. And as a 4th generation since 1911 business, I didn't want that to close. Our family was built on that. That's our blood.
Absolutely.
So I packed up everything and I moved back to living with my parents at 31. So to help out with the business.
You're a good guy, man. Don't be ashamed of that. That's you're an angel, man. That's what we're supposed to do.
I don't
like that's what we're supposed to do. This whole thing about you're supposed to leave your family. I don't know if that's really right. I think we're supposed to stay with our family. I think we need to be closer. Back in the way back, man, they were so close. They stuck together, and grandma and grandpa lived with parents, and kids stayed longer, and then they went out and did their thing. But the family unit stayed. So
That's
good for you that you came back and you did that. How's your dad?
He's good. He
go.
just got his 2-year remission. 2-year remission now. So
Let's go,
very
Pops.
good. Thank you. Yeah.
Let's go, Pops. Keep fighting, baby. Love it. What's your favorite part about what you do?
I think in my heart, my favorite thing I hold is kind of passing my family legacy on. But my favorite part of my day-to-day of doing the job is the people you get to meet and talk to are so much more lively and genuine when you're talking about your family business at local restaurants and then what it was in
Well, you're
selling
probably
software in
selling to
corporate
family
America.
businesses.
Right. And it's so much more fun to talk about and to talk to people than it was when you're in corporate America and it was just,
Stuffy.
Yeah, right. It's a little more, people are a little more excited because you're talking about their business too. You're talking about their restaurant, their shop, the place they own or their family started. And I love to learn about that. I love to make those type of connections because I think, America's built on small business, and a lot of our relatives back in the day started those businesses and they like to be passionate about it too. So a lot of the businesses I work with are similar to mine where they're
Amen to that. You can relate. All right, so if you're not at the bakery, you're not doing your thing, you're not coming up with amazing recipes to add on to Nana's recipe, where will we find you? What are some of the things you're into? What's your passion projects? What do you love to do?
So I used to do photography, and I kind of got away from that since I've moved back.
Oh, brother, you got to get back into it, man.
It was
Don't
more
lose
like
your
nature.
passions.
Right, I know. So right now I'm still kind of fine. Most of my stuff is the bakery. I'm learning a lot of new things. I built the website, and I've learned different processes of business that I didn't, that are kind of like a hobby at this point. But outside of that, I go to the gym. You can find me with Spike every few weekends or here at Level Up.
There you go.
Spending time with friends. I've gotten back into golfing, which kind of
Let's go.
stopped
Now
doing
you're in
at-
my league right there, baby.
Big golfer?
That's where you'll find me.
Love it.
If
Love
I
it.
have any spare time, I am putting, I'm chipping, or I'm playing.
Yeah.
I can play 18 holes at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday night in 2 hours.
I love it.
It's not even golf, it's polo. I literally just hit the ball. I hit the ball from the cart as I'm driving.
Beer in hand at the other end.
No, I don't drink, man. It's just
Fair,
two
fair.
clubs.
Yeah. That's awesome. No, I'm terrible. So you probably got it down to, you probably do it a lot more. And I've got to get back. My friends
Just like
rip on me
anything,
how bad I am.
repetition, right?
Right.
You want to be good at something, and that's how your family 4 generations is damn good at being a baker. You keep making stuff.
Right.
Right.
All right.
That's so
true.
big aspirations. Let's go with a BHAG. You know what a BHAG is? Your big, hairy, audacious goal. All right. So what's the big, hairy, audacious goal for the business?
Oh, okay. I would like to eventually turn this bakery into something like a wholesale, but also, because we are wholesale now, retail cafe and maybe franchise the cafe or have cafes open in different specific cities or areas of the country where you have your front end bakery cafe. Like, not to get into too much detail, living out in Denver, there wasn't a huge Italian bakery presence. There's a couple I knew of and went to, and I loved them. But there wasn't a huge, Italian deli bakery cafe presence, and there's a lot of cafes. But I want to really speak to my heritage and open something like that.
Why is food so damn important to the Italians?
I don't know. It's in our blood.
Really? You don't know?
It's
All
been
right,
in our blood
as an
forever.
Irish German, can I make a?
Absolutely.
You're a very energetic group,
Yeah.
and I think
yeah.
that people vibe around a common theme.
Okay.
So think about all your friends. You have something in common. You went to school together. You went to a club together. Like, that's how you met. You met through some sort of commonality. And I think the commonality for a lot of Italian families is that in the kitchen, cooking together, getting together, and just vibing, just having those conversations and talking. And I think it's really cool. But it does help that the food is really freaking good. Because, like, there's not a lot of people that, like, Irish people like to get together too, but we don't have great food.
Well, I'll say this. I don't know if it's Irish or Scottish, but shepherd's pie is one of my top three
I don't know if
favorite
that's Irish or Scottish either. I think it is Irish, but that is good.
It's all similar area, yeah.
But it's
I
like,
love
okay, well,
shepherd's
that's
pie.
one.
Right.
It's hard to have a feast with one thing. Like,
Fair.
You've got just you got everything. I mean, I can't find an Italian dish that I don't like.
Right. I mean, if you like carbs, Italian.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah,
I do
right.
like carbs. I'm sitting on a muffin top right now. No
Me too, don't
comments.
worry.
No comments.
I mean, imagine trying to take care of your body and waking up having fresh bread and
Oh my gosh,
cookies around you every single morning.
I couldn't.
It's like I'll be a pack of cookies down after the first hour.
Oh my God, I couldn't do it. Okay, so how do people get a hold of you? Like, if people wanted to maybe sample your product, people want to have a demo with you, if you want to come out to your facility, like, how do people get a hold of you and, start the conversation?
Right. So right now we don't have a retail front, so it's not like you could come in and
But
shop
a
and buy.
restaurant and,
Right.
a grocery store, right? Like,
So in the past, it was very old school. Our family's very old school. So I built our website where you can reach out and contact us on our website. You can call our main
What's
line.
the website?
MarconiBaking.com.
Okay.
So there's the old, like, you can call the main phone number line. You can reach out through the contact me, or just find me. I'm kind of bopping around everywhere.
are you on
so-
LinkedIn? Are you on Facebook, Instagram? What's the Instagram hit?
Instagram is Marconi Baking Company, I think. I would have to look at
All
it.
right, well, you
Yeah.
can look it up. Please
Yeah,
look it up.
Marconi Baking Company. We got Instagram, we got Facebook.
And they got bread, baby.
And bread.
They
and
got bread. If
biscotti.
you like bread, who doesn't like bread?
Yeah.
It's good bread. All right, so we're going to play a little game here. I've done this with every guest that has come on.
Let's do it.
Let's do a little mantra stuff. You're a positive person. You got a look in your eye. You got a
Thank
good
you.
energy. You got a good aura. So let's see.
Hey, you bring it out of me, so.
Ah, you're nice. All right, so let's see what this has to say for you.
Okay.
So pick a card, any card. I want you to read it on air, and then I want you to show it to the camera.
Okay. So read it first.
Read it first. Read it on air.
My existence pays off for itself. Or pays for itself. My existence pays for itself.
That's a beautiful thing.
That is.
You're
That's
meant to
wonderful.
be here. You're meant to
I
do
guess I
big
am.
things.
Thank
It's
you.
going to pay off. So keep at it, baby.
That's the positivity I need.
Let's go.
I love it. That made
All
my
right.
day.
That, my friends, is Dan Marconi. It is Marconi Baking Company, right?
Correct. That is
And
it.
you need to look them up. By the way, maybe you don't own a grocery store. Maybe you don't own a restaurant. Maybe you know somebody who owns a grocery store. Maybe you know somebody who owns a restaurant. And maybe you would be at that restaurant and you go, hey, your bread sucks. You should try Marconi's bread, because next time I come here, I want Marconi's bread. And that would help a guy out here with great energy. He gets paid to exist, for gosh sakes.
Oh, right. Exactly.
Thanks for
Absolutely.
tuning in. We'll be back with another guest. You know we love this. We're here. Check out the skyline, for gosh sakes.
Beautiful.
Are you kidding me?
Beautiful. Best in the world.
Man, Chicago is a great place, except for the Bulls. I am on a Bulls kick. I don't like the Bulls right now.
Oh
The
my
Bulls are
God.
terrible. I don't like anything about the Bulls. You made a whole lot of mistakes. Get it right. We'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Thomas. He is the owner of Floor Coverings International, and they are doing some big things. We've talked to him before, and he's got a lot of philosophy. He's got a lot of ideas. He's got a lot of depth to him, so get ready for a ride here. What's good, man? As he takes a swig of the beer, that's like, man, he just got ready to saddle up. So get ready for this, because he always brings the heat. What's happening, man?
Yeah, a lot is happening. We had, man, it's running a business is
It's insane.
It is quite the
What
thing.
gave you the audacity to think that you could run a business?
Honestly, you know, I think most people have the same feeling, is that usually it's when they're working for someone, and when they're working for someone, they find that they're doing everything, and they get an idea in their head. The idea is like, I could do this for me. And then guess what? You know, then they leave, and then you go out into the desert, and they realize like, oh my God, there's a whole lot more to this than I thought of.
Yeah. Wait a minute. There's accounting. Like, I have to pay bills.
Yeah, you have to pay bills. You have
to pay people.
You have to get like a summary of all the worst news that happens
Every day.
Every day.
Yes.
Every day. You get the
and by the way,
worst.
you need to have an answer.
And you
for
need
it.
Yeah, you need an answer, and you got to make a decision. You can't be caught not making a decision, even if it's a wrong one. That's fine, but you have to make a decision. You can't be in front of your people.
Well, the
looking
thing is, if you
indecisive.
make a decision, it's the wrong one. The cool thing is, you just get to make another decision, and that's to fix it.
Exactly. And sometimes when you make the wrong decision, and then you make a decision after that, you can make it retroactively the right decision.
There you can.
You know how, like, it's hard to replicate that. If you mess something up badly, you get to go, well, how do I make this better? And then you do it better in a way such that because you messed it up, it's better.
Well, here's the thing. You're going to make, hundreds of decisions a day, right? And you can't get them all right. So the thing is, like, your team and your people just need to know that you're going to make wrong decisions, but they also need to know that you're humble enough to look in the mirror and say, that was a wrong decision. I listened, and now I'm going to fix that decision. I'm going to make a different decision.
Exactly. Your team needs to be able to see you that when you are wrong about something and everyone looks at you and you're looking at yourself and be like, yeah, we're wrong, to actually admit to and be like, yeah, that, you know what? Actually, you all have a point here. Let me do this instead. When everyone sees that, man, there's like, forget about the team building activities, forget about the, the rallying up and the shared goals. If you could go in front of your team and say, actually, I was wrong about this, and now we all need to do what all of you are talking about, man, it's like you have crazy buy-in from your team.
You threw him the ball and you gave him the biscuit, man. You let him know that, look, this is your call and you get to run with it. That's a beautiful thing. That folks like that.
Yeah,
folks like to be recognized and they like to be trusted.
They do. And to be honest, like, I want to talk about like burnout for a second, because people experience it on both ends of the spectrum, as the owner or as you work in the business. It's not just working really, really hard. In many cases, and this is a studied effect from this psychologist, Christina Maslach. She identified like 6 factors for burnout. I don't remember all of them, but one of them is overwork. Another one's underpay relative to the work. But a huge one is that when people feel helpless, when they can't fix a problem that's right in front of them and they know exactly how to do it, and even if there's some consensus on that, and
frustration kicks in, brother.
There's a helplessness that comes from that, and it is so freaking defeating that, like, if you put that on your team, you are inviting to have a toxic business that no matter what you try to do, is like there's going to be some level of sabotage.
Well, they realize you're the bottleneck, so they're all talking shit.
Yeah.
That, like, how can't you see that? Like, how can you not see that this needs to be done? And sometimes when you hold the line because you need to feel like you're in charge, you're actually really doing yourself a disservice. They're losing respect.
And and this is specifically for the audience that feels like they do need to hold the line. I'm speaking directly to them to say, like, it's more powerful and impactful to be able to show that brief moment of vulnerability and say, let's correct it now, let's do it together. Then you get the buy-in you were really trying to get in the first place. And it's in a funny way, if something were a wrong decision, a wrong action, the market turned in the wrong direction you thought you were going, if you could say, come to terms with it and have your come to Jesus moment and admit that to the team and bring the team together and say, let's win it, and then you do win it, you have way more buy-in than sticking to your guns. Way more buy-in. And then the next time you say, hey, let's go and do this, everyone's like, in, let's do it. You know?
All right, so we're at the level up. So it just bodes the question, like, what are you doing right now in your life to level up? What are you working on?
Well, I'll put it this way. We have had a very adventurous couple of years. Our first year, we did about 500 grand in sales. And we do flooring, hardwood, carpet, tile, vinyl, hardwood.
That's a good first year, by the way.
Yeah, 500 grand is a solid for
Very
first
solid
year.
first year.
Second year, we did $1 million.
That's outstanding.
Double, 100% increase. And this was while we had a whole team turnover, while we were doing some market fluctuations and doing cash flow issues with larger projects. You can't pay for everything all at once. You got to figure out creative ways to pay for things. Right now, it's already, we just finished Q1. We are already 650,000 up. So we are setting up to double again this year.
And this is your third year.
Yep, so this is our third year. So what am I doing to level up? Honestly,
I should have asked, what are you doing to keep up?
yeah, I mean, that's the honest answer. Is what you do to keep up. There's something funny. You know, I used to work with, I had a mentor and I had a team member. And, you know, sometimes we would run these like seminars, these events, these sales events. And then every now and then when we're in the middle of it where we have this large audience and everyone's getting really excited, we're going to back tables and signing up for stuff. I saw that my sales partner, we were both selling in the same business. I saw that there was like a frenzy that turned on in his head. Like he was like, oh, this is the moment to really make the wealth I've been waiting for this many years. And then you just went, and he was like, go, close here, went, go, close here, went, go, close here. Okay, bat away objections. Okay, you have to go before this person. Like a frenzy I've never quite seen, like, I've only seen in movies. I've never seen quite in person. And that left a really strong impression on me that, like, when the winning is happening, it's not an opportunity for me to sit back and say, all right, we're okay.
Oh, hell no. You double down on that, baby. When you're hot, you're hot. You let it go.
Yeah.
You let it rip.
It's you really let it rip. It's like, and I feel like I'm in that frenzy mode, and, like, there's not a self-care treatment for frenzy mode. You are just a crazy person going. And there's no stopping it. And for anyone that hasn't experienced that, I really want you to have that one day.
Yeah.
I pray that every owner or any worker in any business has that frenzy fucking moment where they say, oh my God, we are going
Just
right
hold
now.
out, baby. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
exactly.
that myself right now, and you're
I'm
right.
getting goosebumps right now just talking about it.
It's awesome.
It's like, it's crazy because it's literally everyone that's working for a better life usually came from not such a great life. And when they're in that moment where it's like, this is that moment, I'm crossing the finish line, there's that second, third, fourth win, like the freaking 4,000 ancestors before you start calling on to your name and saying like, all right, like Tude Khan, you were doing this. You know?
I told you we were looking out for you, man.
Exactly, but like everyone's got that in them, and when they're presented with that moment, all those, you know, that genetics, that pattern that says I'm a winner turns on all at the same time, and man, you just gotta enjoy it.
Well, winning is contagious, and it should be contagious within, right? Winning as a team is contagious, but it's also within you. You start to stack wins. You start to look in the mirror and you start to kind of pound the chest a little bit and be like, well, wait a minute, I'm really onto something. Like, people do enjoy what I'm doing, like what I'm about. Okay, so what is that? What's the secret sauce? Because look, there's a lot of people who do what you do. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of one person shops. There's
One man
big,
fans.
some big juggernauts. There's the Home Depots that you gotta like. So what's your secret sauce? What's your differentiator? What's the thing that is allowing you to have like 3x growth in 3 years?
Yeah, that's a great question. And honestly, when you're in a space with lots of competition, lots of competitors, you cannot try to play their game. The best you can do is look like what they look like, but you cannot play their game. You're going to lose on price. You're going to lose on a guy that you're trying to compete with, that they're doing. They invented the way that they're doing it, and you're trying to do it just like they do. Not happening. The way that we stand out is that we see the problems in our industry. We see that there's a lot of people that aren't necessarily honest with how they present their estimates and how they carry those estimates throughout the project. Sometimes it increases, sometimes haywire happen, and it put people in the stuck situation where they go, I don't know, I guess I have to pay this person this thing. And another way is that a lot of these folks, they're very, very transactional in how they communicate with customers and how they communicate about the project. So I
One
think,
and
like,
done. Wham bam.
So I think okay, so we're missing relationship, and we're missing relationship. So it's like, okay, so our real differential, this is our secret sauce. Our secret sauce is whenever I or my designer, we go into a home, we are thinking, your problem is my problem. My problem is your problem.
So kindness and caring.
Kindness and caring. And we want to be, for starters, like, we are always sharpening the sword. We're always thinking, how do we get smarter at this? How do we handle a wider variety of situations? I mean, I spent time around, like, the UFC Jiu-Jitsu guys, and, you know, a guy that is a UFC champion versus someone that's just like a black belt, an advanced black belt, the difference is that UFC champion knows how to do things 1,000 different ways, where the black belt maybe knows how to do it 999 different ways.
Yeah.
And that one extra way is the way that's how they've been in. So we just get smarter about, like, here's how we handle this project, how we handle this particular logistical situation, this problem that came in. We just get smarter with it. And then when we're in the home, we're thinking, your problem is my problem. Your pain is my pain. Let's figure this out together. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to do something you don't want to do. I'm here to take your demand and meet with my supply. And I don't want to put anything above that. I don't want to put anything below that. And we just get really sharp on that, but we focus on relationship. This is a project that requires a lot of trust to make sure it's carried through the way that you thought it was going to be, in the time frame and expectations you thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. We have to hear that and understand that deep down. The guys I'm going up against, it's impossible for them to do what I'm doing right now. If they tried, and I'm a new player in the game. If they tried to do what I'm doing and what my team is doing, it is impossible for them to catch up.
Your customers are buying you as well, Thomas.
Yeah,
your customers are buying you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Floor Coverings International right here in Chicago. The best of the best. We're going to play a little game here before you jump. Little mantra stuff. I know you believe in this stuff. I know you believe in the power of thought, the power of mindset.
I don't know if I believe, but I certainly can't deny it.
The power of thinking, yeah. All right, so pick a card. I want you to read it on air and then show it to the camera.
Okay, here, we're going to do this. All right.
What's it say?
I am always at the right place at the right time.
Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, that is Thomas. If you need floor coverings, that is the man. He's doing something right. Nobody grows at that pace unless they're doing something fantastic. You need to be part of that. He leveled up. Level up with him. Let's go.
Thank you, John.
Always great having you on. We got one more guest maybe coming on, and then we're going to wrap this thing up because the DJ is coming out, and we're going to party all night long. Once again, we are here at the Godfrey Rooftop. It's a beautiful night in Chicago. Sometimes I hate Chicago. Nights like this, I look out and I go, my God, it's the greatest city in the world. We have one more. Thanks for coming on, Thomas.
Thank you, John.
I told you we'd be back. We are here with Abby Wathen. Did I say that right?
Yes, perfect.
Oh my gosh. I knew I could do something right. She's a first timer. She's normally behind the camera. She's now in front of two cameras. And you tell me, is she popping off the camera or what? Is that a face for the camera? I think it is.
Oh my God, it's like a hype man.
I'm a hype man. All right, so tell us what you do. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Get a little closer to that microphone.
So I own my own events company, Abigail Grace Productions. We're 2 years in.
2 years in, congratulations.
2 years in now. I know.
All right, you ready for this question?
Oh, I'm ready.
What gave you the guts to think that you could start your own business?
I was getting so many clients outside of my full-time job.
Okay.
I was a full-time event producer for a real estate company here and was getting so much work on the side that it just came to be that I was like, it's what I had to do. There was like no other option.
Yeah. So you just went with it.
I just went with it. And
Okay.
I was so confident, no regrets.
What type of events are we putting on?
Okay, 50% weddings now, and then the other 50% corporate.
What's the key to putting on a great wedding?
Oh, all about coordination and timeline. I am a
All right.
type A details
Talk to
girl.
me like I'm 6 years old. Coordination and timeline. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so what I do is I will make a spreadsheet with every single lookbook of what every table looks like, what the welcome signs look like, what the bus is going to look like, the menu designs, what the prints and the fonts on everything are going to be.
Oh my gosh. So no, what do they say? No stone unturned? Or
No
is
stone
it?
unturned.
I mean, every attention to detail. So have you had one of those like personality tests? Are you like hyper analytical?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So great at math? Okay at math? But like,
Okay, math.
but details, like
Very
you do not miss the
detail-oriented.
details.
Very detail-oriented.
Is that the thing that you think has attracted people to you? Because in their
Oh, yeah.
most precious,
Oh, yeah.
precious, phenomenal moment, the last thing they want to be thinking about is whether or not this went right or this went right.
Oh, yeah.
And so you coordinate all of that for them.
All of that. I'm calm, cool, collected. No matter what comes up, could be somebody's dress rips 5 minutes before they're walking down the aisle. We are good to go. We've
Yeah.
got a game plan.
I love it. So you're like the voice of reason, the voice of calm.
Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, some people just hire me for that. They're like, we don't even need anyone
Yeah.
to handle the details. We just need someone to tell us like we're okay day of and handle the mothers.
So Abby, like, tell me about your childhood, because this started back then. What were we
Oh.
doing back then? Like, I can only imagine you playing. Everything's all lined up. Everything's all perfect.
Oh, room was always clean. Parents never had to ask me to clean it.
Yeah.
Mom was an artist. Grandma was an artist. So we were all like always doing art.
In the crafts, doing the
Oh,
arts.
Always doing crafts.
Okay.
Very organized in our family.
Yeah.
So yeah, always.
So what does it look like when you just kind of cut loose?
Do I cut loose?
Oh, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if there is ever a cut loose. Do you release the gasket ever, just a little bit?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I love a few glasses of wine.
What do we find you doing if you're not planning something?
With my dog.
What kind of dog?
She's a black lab mix.
Oh,
She's a
they're the
rescue,
best,
so
aren't they?
she's got like 10 things in her.
Oh, they're so great.
Oh my
though,
God,
aren't they?
she runs circles around me all day long.
Yeah.
But I love her.
That's great. What's her name?
No, Dover.
Dover?
Yeah. She is. She's
Where did
so
we
sweet.
come up with that name?
Okay, so I lived in London for a few years.
Okay.
And the cliffs of Dover in England.
There you go.
One of my favorite
Makes
places.
sense.
So when I got her, I was like, that's what's her name.
What's so great about the cliffs of Dover?
They're these beautiful white cliffs, and there's honestly a beautiful poem about them that I remember from high school English class as well.
Do you remember it verbatim?
No. I wish I did, and I would recite
that
it
would've
if I
made
did.
for great content.
My English teacher, I would send this to her. She would have loved
if you would have
that.
ripped that, like that would have been compelling.
No, I loved it. It's one of my favorite places. It's so peaceful, a nice walk. It's like the only place where I feel, truly at peace and nothing else on my mind.
What's your greatest moment so far in event planning? The thing that just lights you up? Like if somebody said, hey, tell me about your business, it's kind of like your go-to story because it was just, everything just fell in line. It was just so great. It was so creative and it lit you up.
Honestly, it was recently.
Oh,
My
good.
dream venue, I got to work with Wrigley Field, rented it out for a corporate client, and did the whole thing by myself. Production, design. I hired so many people that I've actually met here at Level Up who worked for me day of for setup, on-site help with activation, cleanup, things like that. But I got to design everything. Custom baseballs, Hall of Fame I did. I got to work with alumni players, private tours of the space.
Wow.
Personalized on-field experience, like everything that somebody dreams of as an event producer. That within 2
And a
years
Cubs
of this,
fan.
and a Cubs fan. Go Cubs, go!
Let's go. They're so hot right now.
We are killing
They're
it right
so
now.
hot right now.
We are
It's
killing
beautiful.
it. So, and just now I'm so close with the Wrigley Field team, and
So that's going to come back because they just saw you work.
oh yeah, I mean I practically live there. I think I've been back 5 times now.
That's so
So-
great. That's fantastic. I'm jealous. That's amazing. Just to be, I just went to a Cubs game the other night and sat in the right field line, like right against the bricks.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And looking right down the line, it was
Yep.
like the greatest seats. There's so many different places you could sit, but I'd never seen it from that perspective, so it just made it even more interesting.
It's fun.
And Seiya Suzuki's like
He's back.
15 yards from me. Just
Yep.
so cool. He hit a 441-foot
my God.
missile. It was outstanding. So the fact that you got to work there, what a bucket list checked off the box,
It is.
right?
It's like a childhood dream. It's like your
Yeah.
parents. It's like one of the most iconic, stadiums in the United States.
Yeah.
And to say you got to go backstage and you got to work with this amazing team
Amazing.
and they're friends now.
So where are we going with this business? How are we going to scale it? Are you liking being more of a project manager and kind of freelancing people?
I love it.
Or are you going to scale it, have a lot of full-time employees, and try and download everything that's in your brain and find people that are capable of doing what you do, so you can really expand out?
Yeah.
What's the mission?
So funny thing is, I hired my first hire for my wedding side, and last week was the first time somebody ever in my life did an event on behalf of my company without me being on site.
How nervous were you?
Oh my God, I was on my phone all day long.
Yeah.
And I was like, but there comes a point where it's like, your business is going to die with you if you don't, kind of
You got to be there. You got to be in.
hand over the reins or trust that other people can do the same standards as you are. And I came to that realization a few months ago, and also work-life balance. So made that first-time hire, and honestly, I went to the Cubs game last Saturday.
Let's go!
While they were working the wedding for me, and got a few texts throughout the day, but otherwise,
They took
good
care of
reviews
business.
all around.
Let's go.
Family and bride.
How proud are you about that new employee?
I was so proud. And then it's also like weight off your shoulders. It's like I can have a life while my company's still, out there, live during the weekend.
And let's talk about life. How is life as a business owner? How is your personal life? Like, what's the dream there?
I mean, life is good. I will say the last 2 years, life was work, And when you do events, you're working 7 days a week.
Oh, yeah. No, well, when you own your own business, you kind of are.
Yeah.
But especially
always
when
on
you're
the
starting
phone.
out, and when you're good at what you do, you get, like, it's just like law of attraction. It just keeps multiplying and coming to you because you do great work for somebody. They go tell 10 people, and there's no better salespeople than a previous customer.
Oh.
They're the best salespeople in the
They're
world.
my best customers.
Yeah.
I just saw a client of mine from 10 years ago when I was working in the PR world, and we're going to do events with both of our companies now that we both didn't have 10 years ago.
Let's go.
And it's like those are the connections that you need to keep throughout the years. And we still stay in contact. We DM each other. We celebrate each other on social media. We've been doing it. Haven't seen them in 6 years. We reconnect tonight.
So what's that personal life like?
Oh, personal life is great.
Is it great?
Oh,
so
yeah.
everything is just moving all at once,
Yes.
just down the line.
I feel like we finally have that good balance.
Yeah.
Work is good. I have people that I trust that do amazing work. I love the events that I'm doing. I'm able to expand the events that I'm doing, go into more conferences and things that I haven't been in before, which is exciting for me.
All right, so I have to ask you this question. How do folks get a hold of you? Because I have a feeling somebody out here listening to this, and we're going to have clips that you're going to send out, are seeing you on, and they're going, you know what? I like she's smooth, she's calm, she's controlled, she's got attention to detail. And by the way, I'm going to get married. I'd like her to do my wedding. How do they get a hold of you?
At Abigail Grace Productions on Instagram, or events at abigailgraceproductions.com is the email.
By the way, I love the name Abigail Grace.
It is.
It's
It's
just
my
a
name.
beautiful name. It's a beautiful name. And now I want to play a game with you. I played this with
Okay.
every guest so far.
Oh,
So we're
I'm
just going to do a
excited.
little mindset thing, a little mantra thing. Like, every once in a while, I don't know about you, but I try and stay as positive as I possibly can. But every once in a while, the brain just kind of flutters away. And I might grab one of these cards and read it, and I'll go, yeah, that's right.
I love it.
All right? So I want you to pull a card, and then I want you to read the card into the microphone, and then show the card on camera.
Oh, I love this one. I get paid to exist.
Let's go.
That's a good one for me.
That is a great one.
That is.
Abigail Grace Productions.
Yes.
She gets paid to exist. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so
By the way,
much.
for a first timer on the mic, how'd she do? I know she did great, but put it in the comments below. By the way, subscribe to Level Up. Also go over to her Instagram and follow, and then tell 9 million friends that you have, because I know you're so popular, and they all are getting married because you're so young. Tell them that they need to hire Abigail Grace Productions. Just
We're
do
here.
it for me, because I know you love me.
We're
All
here
right,
for you.
cheers. It's been beautiful talking to you.
Thank
What
you.
a
You
lovely
too.
night. I think we have one more guest coming on, and then we are wrapping this bad boy up, because I think Vibe Apple's taking over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with our final guest of the night. Another Abby, can you believe it? Abby Wallach. Oh my gosh, Scottish,
No,
Irish?
nope. Jewish.
Really? Interesting. Okay. I was thinking like William. No, you know what? The Wallach tribe is what I was thinking. Braveheart.
Absolutely.
But it's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay, so Abby, you got to tell us a little bit about what you do. Like, what brought you out to Level Up tonight? And then tell us what you specialize in. What's your thing?
I came to Level Up tonight mainly to be with my friends. I have a lot of friends here. It's a really great community and network.
You bragger.
I am an employment lawyer.
What?
I represent companies, big, small, family businesses, all the way to Fortune 500s and 100s in basically any of their employment needs. I specialize in disability accommodation requests, single plaintiff litigation, and internal investigations. So it's like really juicy.
Oh my gosh, you
all
have
the
a
time.
cool
It's really
job.
fun.
Abby has a cool job, and she's a powerhouse. All right, so like, how did you get into this? Like, what was the thing? Like, where did this start? Who kind of mentored you or kind of spoke to you or inspired you early on where you're like, I'm going to go be a lawyer? And by the way, my son is at Drake right now to be a lawyer.
No way,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
My grandpa was a lawyer, so my brother and I are both lawyers actually,
Awesome.
which is funny. And
Oh, your parents did very well.
They're proud.
Yes, I'm certain.
My grandpa went to law school though when he was 48. He was a
Never
second
too
career
late to
attorney.
start, baby.
Yeah. And then kind of famously, like, didn't send bills to people. So he was a solo practitioner, like, did anything that walked in the,
like-
worked for anyone that walked in the door. Anyone
He's
who
a
needed his
lawyer
help.
angel.
Yeah. And my grandma was like a badass breadwinner, and she always says that she paid the rent on his for his office. So his like little law hobby. But when he died, people told us stories about like, I couldn't afford his help, but I really needed it, so I gave him muffins or like office supplies. So he was kind of that old school, like barter kind of attorney,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
And here you are, a corporate shark.
Yeah, I send bills.
Yes, I love the authentic honesty.
I definitely said that.
Homegirl's in it for the hourly. Let's go. She needs that
True.
hourly rate.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about like the coolest or the funnest part of your job.
I think just the human stories that, like, everyone shows up as their own self at work, right? And we're all human, and sometimes people make mistakes or behave badly, and then HR organizations have to deal with that and have to fix it. And then I come in and I help. So it can be, like, I can get a call any moment of any day, and it can be literally anything has happened, and somebody needs my help to figure out what to do and how to move forward.
What's the secret to success for a career like yours?
Oh, wow. I think it depends on how you measure success.
Well, how do you measure success?
Oh, that's a deep question. I think for me, for a long time, it was about just getting that promotion to partner. That felt like the measure of success to me. And I think the secret to that is just like working really, really hard. That's it.
Yeah, and you know what? What a great lesson for anybody out there. You can't go wrong if you work hard. Like,
true.
I've never heard anyone work hard and like their boss go, well, that sucked. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Like, working hard makes you feel good as well. Even if it drains you a little bit, you at least can look in the mirror, know that you gave it everything you got. So you leave it on the field.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the worst part about being a lawyer?
The hours, for sure. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of weekend work and nights, and it's worth it at the end of the day, but it's definitely hard to juggle it, to balance it all sometimes.
So if folks were to find you doing something outside of being a legal juggernaut, what would they find you doing? What's your passion, your hobby, something that you absolutely love, you escape to?
Yeah, I take ballet classes.
Get out of town. Like you are like a socialite.
No,
Like you
I'm
got
just
like
a really type A woman.
it's pretty badass, but like a lawyer, ballet, like you're out there.
But I think it makes me think about something else, because you can't go to a ballet class and like zone out. You really have to pay attention to the short combinations that the teacher's teaching and then do them right away. So I cannot think about work. I can't think about deadlines. I can't think about like that client email that's waiting for me. I have to think about and be really present where I am. And I think that's really good for me. It helps me like recalibrate.
When I think of ballet, I think of delicate power.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
And that might be running parallel with being a lawyer.
Yeah.
Because there's some delicate things that you have to navigate, and you got to be kind of powerful to get what you want for your client.
I think I'm going to steal that and use it all the time.
Let's
I think that's amazing.
I think we just became best friends.
For sure.
You can call me Nighthawk.
Okay. You can call me Delicate Power.
Let's go, delicate power. All right, so I'm going to play this game to wrap up, this is you're the final guest, Abby, and you absolutely crushed it. We're gonna play a game here. I'm all about mindset, positivity. You know, I'm not always positive, so sometimes I need to rely on some stuff to maybe get the mind straight. So every once in a while, I'll just pull one of these cards and read it. So just pull a card. I want you to read it on air and then show it to the camera.
Okay. Ooh, I am a living testament that miracles exist.
We're sitting with a miracle right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Level Up Podcast. I hope that you've had a blast. I've had a blast. I met two powerhouse Abbies tonight. We met some unbelievable people. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this. This is one of our most successful, not only shows and events, but also podcasts. Please like and subscribe. Follow Abby on Instagram. How do they find you on Instagram?
Instagram's, I don't even remember my Instagram. But if you need the kind of legal services we provide, I'm Abby Wallach at Ogletree.
Ogletree, baby. All right, we're going to wrap it up. The DJ's coming out live from the Godfrey Rooftop. I am out, baby. Boom.